Okay, hello and welcome to the weather update. It's January 6th, 2020. It is around 2:45 p.m. And yeah, another cloudy day. We didn't really see much sun yesterday. We saw some little sun, but mostly cloudy skies. Once again, you can see across our area on this satellite image here. If we go and look at the current conditions across the area, you see temperatures above normal. Long Island's in the mid 40s. Oh yeah, but look, of course, it's warmer in Jersey where it's closer to 50 degrees, and especially around Tom's River in Atlantic City. And looks like we have some wind gusts up there, so a little windy out there. Wind gusts into the 20s. Got a strong wind out there. Um, if we look at the C43 overcast at Central Park. We'll look at the radar here. You see maybe a little light activity here. Light snow shower activity. We did have a little light snow overnight. Not much to write home about. Just a little bit. Maybe it dropped a little bit of a coating in some areas, especially further west of us. But not much to speak about here. 45 degrees, overcast at Farmingdale. So again, just overcast skies across our area. So let's take a look at what we have coming. Well, before we do the models, I want to look at this, which is a teleconnection. That's something I'm not really too keen on. This is more of Joe Chaffee. He goes over this a lot more than I do. But I want to make a point that he made. When you have these off-the-wall teleconnections, when you have this amount of deviation, like in the PNA, which is the Pacific North America Index, when you have this kind of deviation, it makes the models very volatile, which means that makes them very unpredictable, because they can't. When they're dealing with such large deviations, it's hard for them to make a forecast. So that's why the models seem to be all over the place lately. We see, unfortunately, it doesn't look good right now because we have this. When you have a very negative PNA and a positive NAO, it means warm conditions, and that's what we're going to be seeing a little bit of, especially as we head into the middle of next week when you see this PNA peak out in the down position there. All right. I'm not going to really read. Like I said, I'm not too keen on the teleconnections, but it's not something. This is not a pattern you want to see if you want cold and snow. So let's go and look at the general pattern here, and we're going to first start with the upper air on the GFS. So let's first start with that, and you will see here that we have it's just a very zonal flow. This is the problem. We have this little trough that comes down here, and this would be our next little chance for snow. Tuesday night into Wednesday, and you can see that's a little chance for snow, and then a little cold air behind it. But then look what happens: moves out, and the ridge moves back in, and then we're back into the same damn thing again with the ridge in the east and a really warm rain for the weekend. We could have very much above normal. Look at that ridge there for the weekend, and we're going to get into that in a little bit too. So you can see troughs in the west. And this is the problem we have. Big trough in the west. And it's a zonal pattern. It's a zonal and then another huge ridge again. So we got this zonal pattern across the country. And this is the problem. It looked like we were going to get some winter, and then once again the models kind of take it away from us. So if we go and we look at and again, I explained to you why that's happening, and it's because of, as Joe was saying in his video, that it has to do with these off-the-wall teleconnections. So let's go and look at the larger picture here, so you can see what's going on. And you can see that we just have this trough over Alaska, and now you have this ridge starting to build in over here. But it's not far enough, and the trough goes to the west. And the other issue is the polar vortex. So if we look at the polar vortex, you will see that the polar vortex is cut off from the general jet stream. So little draw here, show you what I mean. And this is something that Joe was talking about also, and why we're in a crappy pattern right now. So if we look at the polar vortex, I'll just draw it in this blue color here. Polar vortex is over here, all right, but it's cut off. It's cut off because the jet stream. So I'll draw in this purple color here. We'll just draw it in red. The jet stream is like this. So, I mean, not literally at this time, but this is the problem. Jet stream is separate from the polar vortex. So they can't join together. They can't phase together. And we're not seeing the cold. Instead, we're seeing this west to east flow, this zonal flow, this Pacific jet that's just cut off the cold air for us and for the whole country. And everything's above normal. Pretty much everything south of this area is above normal. So that's the problem we're dealing with right now. So just figured I'd show that to you so you can understand what's going on. So let's go back to the regions. I'll put this back to the CONUS view and get an idea of what's going to be happening now. And you see this upper air pattern, which it was looking better when we did the. Remember when we did the weather update a few days ago? I'm like, oh, maybe there's winter coming back. Maybe there's winter coming back. Well, not so much on this run. And again, this is the 12Z GFS run. So you can see here above normal. We get that little taste of winter for Wednesday into Thursday. Then the ridge builds back. And we're gonna really blowtorch for the weekend here. Friday to Saturday, well above normal. 70 degrees is not out of the question for New Jersey, in my opinion. Then we have another little plunge trying to get in. It's trying to get in, but it goes more into the Midwest. So you get a little piece, goes more into the Midwest, and it sort of goes away. And then we get another little bit here, but then the warm air comes up. Most of the cold air is focused on this area here. It's not going that far south, and it's going a little further south. But you can see what happens here. It looked like this was going to be ours for next Thursday, and now it's got this damn ridge here, unfortunately, and then keeps us in the heat. It keeps us in the heat. So let's go now look at the regular surface map here. We're just looking at the GFS here. All right, because the Euro has been all over the place lately too. So we can look at the Euro too, but I'm just focused on the GFS in this weather update. So here's that storm that's going to move off to the south. This is our next weather maker for Tuesday night into Wednesday, and it might brush us with a little light snow. That's our next chance of snow. Then the cold air comes in, and the good thing is we do see that northerly flow coming down. For Wednesday night to Thursday, but it doesn't stick around. The high moves away, and then we quickly get into that return flow, and we have this very deep low that's over the Great Lakes here. That kind of just, you can see that some areas north might get a little icing actually out of this, and it's going to be a very defined line between the warm and the cold air here again. But again, our area is in the warmth. We get the rain, that moves away. Then another system forms, maybe, but again, with the lack of cold air in place, it might likely be rain. Then we see yet another Great Lakes storm, more rain, more warmth, and then the high comes in, and we try to get into some cold air for that week. And but then you same old pattern again. High comes in, but we're just not getting. They're all the storms just keep tracking to the west, and we don't get any snow. So you see some intermittent cold air, but more often than not, it's above normal. So let me go now, and we'll look at our region here, and we'll see what this next storm system is going to. So this is the GFS here, and you can see it tracks the south, and it has this rain for part of it too. So it starts late Tuesday night, maybe there's a little snow, mixes with rain, then moves away. And let's see what the GFS gives us as far as snowfall goes here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that's very discouraging. We'll shift it over to the NAM now. 12 kilometer NAM. All right, that's the 18Z. We'll have to look at the 12Z. Let's see what this gives us. Let's see. Nothing. So it's just too warm. It's too warm. This is the problem. So the storm system moves, and it keeps it to the south too. A lot of it too. So just yep, too much to the south. Very suppressed. And again, this is not going to produce much snow for us. I really don't see it happening. So yeah, this is our next chance of snow, but unfortunately, it is slipping away. So let me go back to GFS, and we'll just go and look at the temperatures. Let's deal with that. So, I mean, I can go and look at we can look at the European, which this does give European snowfall output, so we can look at that and see with that. So let's put it to Wednesday morning. Precipitation. New snow. Let's see. 0.5. Maybe it'll give us a coating. Not very impressive. Okay, so let's go back to over here. We'll look at the temperatures again. Don't get your hopes up for any snow with this, at least for our area on Long Island. So as we head into tomorrow, temperatures come up a little bit, about the same, mid 40s. There's that storm system, and see, temperatures are just borderline. And then behind it, we go into the mid 30s for Wednesday. Thursday is our nice cold day where we might not make 32 degrees. That's the only day that looks like it's going to be below normal, because then it moves on out. Then here comes that warm air surging in. So for Friday, you can see the dividing line already. We're around 40, but see 50 in Tom's River. And then here comes that disgusting warm air. And here's Saturday. And it really torches. It could hit 70 in Tom's River. But Long Island, luckily, we're still in the upper 50s and low 60s. And it's still with us overnight. Look at this warm air, 60s overnight. It's going to probably be very humid as well. And that moves on out, and we have a little more colder air coming in. Monday, we are mid 30s maybe. Looks like we might be playing with a stall front there. 40s, and then that would be our next shot. Excuse me. So it's delayed it now to Friday, January 17th, where we could have a nice cold day. And the cold air might stick around for a couple of days. Well, that looks a little good. I mean, but the general pattern is still the cold air doesn't stick around. It sticks around. It warms up again. We get another little batch of cold air there, but no blocking and no snow. Let me go all the way to the end of the period. Let's see if this thing is predicting any snow for us at all. Not really. You have to go way look it up way up here, but nothing for us. Nothing. So it's a disappointment, that's for sure. So we'll go look at it's very unusual to go through January with hardly any snow. I mean, it's very unusual. So low dew points, but I just want to show you that humidity that we're going to get after this plunge comes in. It's going to get disgusting. So here comes that humidity. Dew points will be into the 50s, and maybe some 60-degree dew points into New Jersey overnight Saturday night to Sunday before that moves through. So yeah, it's going to get a little disgusting. That's not until next weekend, though, so we still have time. I guess the next thing we'll look at are the clouds. When are we going to get a clear day? Because it's obvious, we've been having so many cloudy days, it's ridiculous. So let's go look at, obviously, it clears out overnight again, like it did last night a little bit before the precipitation moved in. But here come the clouds for Tuesday. Wednesday, we're not going to get rid of the clouds, according to the GFS. And then Thursday, we have some clear sky to start, but then the cirrus rolls in on us by later in the afternoon. So Thursday morning, we'd have some clear sky, but it's not going to last for very long. And then the cirrus rolls in on us because, again, that general pattern that we're in, and we're dealing with more clouds. Not much clear days. You have to wait until maybe Friday or Saturday to have the next clear day. But again, this is the 10-day out, the 10-day carrot and the stick deal with the GFS. So a lot of clouds around. Unfortunately, not much sun. It's just if it's gonna, it just sucks. Well, let's look at the NAM now. And again, I'll look at the 12Z because we don't have enough of the 18Z now, man. So here's the 12Z. All right, we got the clouds tomorrow. Wednesday will clear out. Nope. Nope. Tons of clouds. Now it's been clear over the mid-Atlantic, but we're just not getting into that. And this just goes out till 0Z Thursday, and that's as far as that goes. Let me go to windy.com, and we'll go and we'll switch this over to the temperatures, because this is again the euro. Let's see what the euro has as far as temperatures go. You can see this is Wednesday 8 in the morning. 37, so it'll be average for Wednesday, and then I want to look at Thursday, see how cold it gets at Thursday. The Thursday still has a possibly reaching, especially over Temps, where it could reach freezing. Let's look at the sky cover and see if this one gives us any hope here. Wednesday, probably not. We're not going to have a clear day Wednesday. Let's see Thursday. Thursday is our next chance for maybe a nice day. But the Cirrus does roll in the afternoon, so you better get, if you want to get to see the sun, you got to get started early. All right, well, that is going to conclude this weather update. We can just fast forward a little bit to Saturday. I just want to see how brutal it gets us for that rain event. How disgusting it gets us. Let's see. 57 Toms River, 50s for Long Island. Go 5 here. Look at how warm it gets here. Look at that. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if it hit 70 here, but it has most of the heat in New Jersey. Luckily not for us. But it's going to be disgusting on Saturday, Saturday into Saturday evening. Well, that's what it is in this year without a winter so far that we're experiencing. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. So take care, and thank you for watching.